Recording, awesome. I'm also just gonna move my notes across. There we go. You can still see everybody as well, which is cool. Cool. Thank you all for joining. Tonight's class is going to be, we're talking about aging and the skin-gut connection. So please feel free to, butt in at any point with anything that you feel is relevant, any experiences or, anything. We like it to be quite interactive as possible. And it's really helpful for us and for everybody else to get kind of feedback and other people's experiences, isn't it, Claire?
Definitely. It's always nice to hear other people's stories, yeah.
So firstly, obviously by eating a diet kind of rich in fruit and veg and whole foods, healthy fats, we want to avoid too many processed foods. We can take care of our skin naturally. So we're going to talk tonight about some ways that we can do that. And I'll obviously share some essential oils that we can use to support ourselves along the way too. Firstly, the first thing that I feel is super important for our skin is water. I think not enough people drink enough water. It's something that I've kind of struggled with recently actually, and I'm very aware that I'm probably not drinking quite enough water. But it's so important for our skin. Our skin can become really dehydrated, which makes it feel really like tight and dry. And when our skin becomes dehydrated, it can actually affect the oil levels in our skin, and it can actually cause them to rise, which obviously leads to other kind of problems. Keeping our skin well hydrated also allows our skin to do its job of acting as a barrier much better, protecting us internally. And just a couple of wee ideas for helping you to drink a little bit more water. So I know some of my friends, one in particular, she doesn't ever drink water. And I don't understand it. I've always drank water. And so for me, she drinks tea and coffee. Or juice. I mean, she does drink diluting juice, but yeah, so obviously diluting juice is still water, but it's got an awful lot of sugar in it. So you could try adding some essential oils to your water to help give it a little bit of flavour. Citrus oils are really nice to add to your water. I'm trying to think what else. Peppermint as well. And peppermint's really quite energising and uplifting as well. Or perhaps try making up some little ice cubes with some fruit in them. You can even add some essential oils to that too, and then just add them into your water to add some flavour. Some strawberries and a wee bit mint perhaps, or lemon and lime, something like that. Or even just try adding some frozen fruit to your water. I quite like to do that, and because I have frozen fruit for making up smoothies, so I add some berries and things to my water just to give it a wee bit of flavour, make it a little bit more interesting. Exercise is really good for our skin, not only our mind and our bodies, but our skin too. It really helps to flush out toxins, it promotes our circulation. So by promoting our circulation, this is going to help move the oxygen and nutrients around your body, carry them to our skin, which is going to help, just really helps your skin to glow, doesn't it? A little facial workout might help. Pulling faces lifting our eyebrows and singing loud, and most of all laughing, all of which can be done anywhere, can't they? So this is like such a good thing to do to improve the tone of our skin. You know, if you're in the car, maybe not stuck at the traffic lights when there's people watching, but you know, doesn't matter, you're never going to see them again, are you?
Can I just add to that, Kirsty?
Yeah, sure.
So just exactly what you've said, to do with hydration and then exercise. And actually, the key for hydrating your skin is a combination of the two. So when we look at how water moves through the body, specifically when we look at connective tissue, which is what makes up two of the layers of the skin. So we've got the top layer of the skin, which is basically the bit that we see, the dermis, and that's what gives us that barrier effect that you were talking about, that protection from the external world. Then we've got a kind of middle layer and a subcutaneous layer, and they have a lot of what's called connective tissue in it, and water moves around the body in the connective tissue. Connective tissue also holds our muscle fibers together. It gives us structure. Our bones are actually connective tissue. So connective tissue is right through our bodies. But when we talk about the connective tissue in the skin, it's those deeper layers. And the only way we get that water into the connective tissue is through movement. So when you're talking about laughing and singing or facial massage, some face yoga, if you're trying to plump up the skin in your face, you need to add water with movement, because that's the only way that you actually get the hydration into the connective tissue to give you that glow, to give you that plumping, to soften those fine lines, those laughter lines, those wrinkles.
Cool. So when you say adding water, do you mean like literally adding water, or just by being hydrated?
So being hydrated, so drinking water and then allowing the body to take the water where it needs. But the only way it can do that is through movement. So gentle walking is great. If you do yoga or Pilates, hopefully the swimming pools will be open soon. You can go and do a nice swim or do some wild swimming if you've been out. I've seen a lot of people doing that recently. But that movement just needs to be gentle. It doesn't need to be you running 5 to 10k every day. It could be some, as you were saying, those facial expressions, just easy, gentle movement of the body to allow that water to move into and through the connective tissue.
So no face yoga in the bath then?
You can definitely do face yoga in the bath. Love it.
Yeah, also yoga is another great exercise for reducing our stress levels, which can actually have an impact on the amount of oil produced by the skin. So when we're stressed, our body produces more cortisol, which is our stress hormone, and sorry, my notes are just reducing the oil produced and easing some of so if we can ease our stress levels, then we can ease the amount of oil produced and ease some of the blemishes, redness, and any kind of irritation that might be caused. Some foods that we can eat that have some nice anti-aging properties, and so these are often quite high in antioxidants and are very anti-inflammatory too. So I've just picked a few because there's so many. So pomegranates, these are packed with powerful antioxidants and a compound called punicalagin. Is that?
No, I don't know. I don't know what that one is. I'll be googling that.
So I know that. So I'm going to talk a little bit later about an essential oil and it has pomegranate essential oil, pomegranate seed oil in it, which has punicic acid. So I'm going to assume it's related to that. So it's punicalagin. So it's punicalagin. apologies. And that is said to preserve the collagen in your skin.
That's probably under the anthocyanin category then. So that's definitely in my notes, but not that one specifically. So anthocyanins specifically help the collagen fibers to link up so that they create this really strong scaffolding to plump up the skin and hold us together. So yeah, you're exactly right. It's in things like pomegranates and other dark red fruits. So your plums, blackberries, raspberries, and then also the veg side of things, so aubergines and red cabbage. So it's probably an anthocyanin.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, help those collagen fibers all link up and be strong, definitely.
Absolutely. Also, blueberries.
Yes.
So, and I think blueberries and pomegranates, are they classed as superfoods?
They are.
They are, yeah.
Very high in antioxidants.
Yeah, so lots of lovely antioxidants and vitamins, but it's just quite amazing considering how small blueberries are. They are pretty powerful little things, aren't they? Pineapples actually have quite a high level of a mineral called manganese, which is used in the production of collagen. And lastly, avocado. It's not something that I'm overly fond of, but it's something that I would like to eat because I know they are so good for you. They're just jam-packed full of vitamins, fibre, potassium, and some manganese too. It's definitely something on the to try list.
I'd like to add in something else. So this is another kind of weird and wonderful sounding category, but they're called catechins, catechins, catechins. And these are again another plant chemical, but these actually help prevent collagen breakdown. So the highest catechin compound you can get is in green tea. So it's fantastic for helping your collagen stay where it is. But then other things, so it's not all bad news either. You can get catechins in your red wine and your dark chocolate. And other things like apples and rhubarb and apricots as well. But yeah, most people are very happy to hear that red wine and dark chocolate have them in as well. And also things that contain vitamin C. So vitamin C helps to repair your collagen and replace it, so produce new collagen. So you're going to want to have your citrus fruits, your oranges, your lemons, your limes, but also things like kiwis and strawberries and bell peppers. They also have your vitamin C in them, so a really key vitamin for collagen production.
I believe that kiwis have a very high amount of vitamin C in them compared to other fruits.
It's more than oranges, yeah. We'll always have oranges come to mind when you say vitamin C, but actually they're not the fruit, or they're just not that they don't contain the highest amount of vitamin C at all. So yeah, if you're wanting to do some heavy hitting, kiwis have more vitamin C in them than oranges do.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Also good for your immune system as well, all that vitamin C.
Yes, and we have to remember that vitamin C is a vitamin and an antioxidant, so it does both. It's used for so many things in the body. So yeah, we need to keep our vitamin C levels up because we can't store it in the body either. So we only get it every day through our diet. So we want to make sure that we've got plenty available for our collagen and plenty available for our immune system.
Definitely. So I'm just going to talk about some oils now. I'm going to start off with a carrier oil. We all know the importance of using a carrier oil when it comes to using essential oils on our skin. So jojoba oil is quite possibly one of the most hydrating carrier oils that you can use without leaving your skin feeling oily. It's rich in vitamin E and omega-9. It's very moisturising and balancing to the skin and has amazing anti-inflammatory properties, which is going to help discourage any skin ageing. Lots and lots of other benefits to it too. It's a really great oil for using on your face, and I have a little serum that I made up for my face with some other oils in it, which I'll talk about later. But jojoba oil is the base that I use for that.
Where does that actually come from, jojoba oil? Is it plant-based, nut-based? What is it?
It's, I want to say plant-based. So I get mine from a website, a company called Nascence, and they source theirs from, oh goodness, I want to say Asia. I can actually just double check right now. It actually tells you on their website a little kind of sourcing story about it, which was really nice. Okay, so it originates from Israel, so don't ask me about geography. Let me just. So it's extracted from the seeds of the desert shrub Simonsia chinensis. So it just looks like a little kind of green bushy plant. Yeah, tolerates the high heat and sunlight of the desert and needs little water to survive.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next up we have pomegranate seed oil.
Did you say it was Masons or Nasons?
Nasons, Naissance.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. Pomegranates, obviously well known for their health benefits, as we've spoken about. So they're a great source of antioxidants. They may help reduce arthritis and joint pain, and actually may even help in the fight for cancer. I'm not sure. There's obviously been studies done, but I can't speak for that personally. But it's just something that I thought was fascinating. I think it's maybe relating to the amount of antioxidants. Would that be right, Claire?
You can have a high amount of antioxidants, but it would depend actually really what the interaction with the immune system would be. I know there's been a lot of studies even with COVID and vitamin C now, and taking it intravenously as opposed to orally. So there may well be something that the pomegranate seed oil does that interacts with the immune system as well.
Okay, cool. So many of these benefits come from the seed oil itself rather than the fruit, which makes it a great carrier oil, and also brings me nicely onto our first essential oil, which is yarrow pom. Yarrow pom is a blend that doTERRA make. This is a blend of yarrow essential oil and pomegranate seed oil. It can be used aromatically, topically, and internally, and it will support our immune and nervous systems. It can also support cell function and rejuvenation, and it's just great for skin in general. It's good for fine lines and just kind of overall appearance. So the main chemical components of yarrow pom are punicic acid, beta-caryophyllene, and chamazulene. So yarrow has a high chamazulene content. Cham refers to chamomile, from where chamazulene was first found, and azulene refers to the indigo blue compound from which chamazulene is derived. If anybody's seen yarrow pom, you'll know the intense blue colour. I should have actually had some with me. That would have been a good idea. So this constituent has been shown to have higher antioxidant capacity than even vitamin C or vitamin E, which is pretty incredible. Punicic acid can support us on many levels, from repairing and protecting against skin damage to providing us with antioxidants to help protect our skin from the harmful aging effects of free radicals. So you'll understand why this blend has been so popular. It was released in the States about just about a year ago, and it was just released in Europe. Was it this year? No, it was last year. It was a couple of years ago it was released, and everybody was so impatient because it's just an amazing oil for our skin.
Has that then been used, Kirsty, for things where the gut and the skin are interacting? So where people might have some of the bacteria that's been overgrowing in the gut and it's travelled through the body, specifically along the nervous system, into the skin, and you start then getting acne breakouts because you have a nasty bacterial buildup that's actually come from the gut overgrowth, or rosacea, where you start getting that kind of redness round. Normally people get it on the cheeks and the nose, but it can come down round onto the chin and around the mouth. And although that's often gut based, is that a really good topical solution to help calm the effects locally, since it's got all those properties in it?
It may well be, yeah. It sounds absolutely. It's it's very soothing. I love when I have it on my skin. It just makes my skin feel really calm. So yeah, I think it would be really nice and soothing. It's really good. So there's an oil, it comes in an oil, but there's also now a body serum as well, which has been released. So even something like that might be quite useful as well. So one of the other constituents in this is the beta-caryophyllene, which is also found in copaiba, as well as another couple of oils. And this works with the CB2 receptors, which are located throughout our vital organs, our immune system, and we have some in our brain too. And it works with our CB2 receptors to promote our immune system, and helps to bring the body back into a state of homeostasis. Copaiba, I haven't chosen that as an oil to speak about, but copaiba would actually be a really nice oil to use for our skin as well. It's another really amazing anti-inflammatory oil with a very high beta-caryophyllene level as well. In fact, I think one of the highest for essential oils. So also there, as I mentioned, there's the body serum as well. So this really helps to nourish and moisturise our skin. It contains the yarrow pom blend, as well as some other oils and extracts to help promote these benefits. So it contains, there's quite a few things. There's Roman chamomile, peppermint, yuzu, cananga essential oils, and it also includes avocado, jojoba seed, sunflower, grape and argan kernel oils, with some coffee seed extract and pomegranate esters. So it's a real powerhouse. The serum is lovely, and it just feels so nice on your skin. I use it on my feet, especially my heels. I use it on my knees and my elbows, and up here I can never say this word, décolletage.
Décolletage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely, and
What does it smell like?
The body serum smells. I would say it smells nicer than the oil. The oil, I feel, has a bit of a it's got a strange smell. I'm not sure if I would know how to describe it. Actually,
Floral or fruity, or?
It's not floral. It's definitely not floral. Hang on a sec, I'll get Kenny to run upstairs and grab it.
I'm just intrigued. It's got all these amazing ingredients in it, and I'm kind of like, oh, how does that all mix together, and what does
Could
it
you run
smell
upstairs
like?
and grab my yarrow pom, please?
Certainly, Your Majesty.
Thank you. The body serum and the oil,
Yarrow palm, body serum, and the oil.
please.
What, fractionated coconut oil?
No, the essential oil. So it's in the wee dark bottle with a squeezy top.
Yarrow palm.
Yarrow pom. The body serum, which is in the taller bottle
Right.
with a pump lid, and the other one's got the squeezy lid. The dropper lid, that's what it's called.
Very nice of him.
He's quite used to me and my forgetfulness. Yeah, so as I was saying about the shimajuline and the yarrow pom, it's a very, very blue colour, and a lot of people, there's been lots of funny Smurf faces photos shared because it's very blue. The first time I put it on, I was like, oh. So this is something that I would use. I mean, it doesn't stay blue, it obviously absorbs into your skin. But yeah, I tend to use it in the evening. Thank you.
Your Majesty.
Thank you very much. So this is the body serum, and it only has a very slight blue tinge. This definitely smells. You can definitely smell the yarrow pom. I honestly don't know how to describe it.
Is it spicy or woody or
No,
no?
Quite sweet, isn't it?
it's so the body
I've got
serum
it
is
as well.
the body serum is definitely, it has a kind of sweet aroma.
Does it smell like the pomegranate fruit would smell of?
Probably not quite as sweet, I don't think. So this is I don't know if you can
Oh, it's very
see
blue.
that. Yeah, it's lovely. It's so nice. This is a bit of a strange smell. I honestly don't know. It's not. Maybe it's not even floral. I wouldn't say it's floral. It's not earthy. Oh my goodness.
Sweet planty.
Yeah, kind of vegetable-y.
Yeah. Okay.
It's nice though. It's not bad smell.
Like a sweet carrot smell or something. You know, you get that kind of root vegetable smell, but
Yeah.
sweet.
Uh-huh. Maybe
It's
something
not like celery
that.
seeds.
No, oh no. No, definitely not. No, it's a nice smell.
But it doesn't, so you were saying when it goes on your skin, it'll look blue, but it won't stain your skin. It
No.
just absorbs in. Okay.
I'm sure.
Because it's very, very bright blue.
So that's just one wee drop there.
Yeah.
So I put on, like I would put on here, focus. You should obviously be diluting it, but I'm just sticking it on. Or you can obviously mix it in with a wee carrier oil and put it on. So I put it on like problem areas, so like under my eyes, definitely, crow's feet, and I just kind of pat in, and it does blend in.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, the more you put on, I wouldn't put too much on, but yeah. Oh God, I really wish that I could describe the smell.
Yeah, we need smell-o-vision.
I know. Santa needs to invent that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry.
We'll all be round at yours trying it out with our blue faces.
The body serum's lovely.
It is nice, isn't it?
It's nice because I've been using it on that part of my neck as well. I don't know if you can. It's like I think someone said in another call that they had been using it and they took a picture before they started using it and then a picture after they'd been using it for a few weeks or something like that. I think that was, can't remember what call that was on, but they said that they'd noticed the difference. I think they've been one of the testers for the ones that were being released.
Okay.
But it's certainly got it's a nice, it's a sweetie, to me it's a sort of sweet smell.
Yeah, it's definitely sweeter than the oil, but then that's because it's got lots of other lovely things added as well. Okay, so there's also a product called Salubel. So this comes in a roller bottle. So a little roller bottle like that. And this is it's a very luxurious blend. It is quite expensive. I think it's maybe about £80 or £90 to buy wholesale price. But it's undiluted, so a lot of people separate it into extra roller bottles. Some people separate it into another 2 or 3 roller bottles, so you're actually getting 3 or 4 roller bottles out of one. So whilst it is a bit of an expense, like an initial outlay, it is cost effective because you can make more. And the oils that it contains, so it's got frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum and rose essential oil. So they're all on the more expensive side, mostly, apart from lavender, to buy anyway. Rose is like the most expensive essential oil to buy, but these oils have been used for years and years for their kind of beautifying benefits. So they've all got lots of lovely skin benefits, and combined. Yeah, I've heard a lot. I haven't actually used it myself, but I've heard so many people rave about it and say, you know, the benefits and the outcome after using it is just amazing. So this you would apply to your face, your neck, and your
Decolletage.
Oh, thank you. And it just really helps to promote more youthful looking skin by reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and blemishes.
How long does that kind of oil last, Kirsty? You know, if you've got a bottle of oil, how long would it last?
So roller bottles will last quite a while. I mean, if you're using it obviously depends on usage. If you're using it quite a lot, then it's not going to last as long. Something like that, though, I mean, you're only like if you're rolling it like on your eyes, or you know, and you're just going to roll it on and then rub it, but you know, you're not going to apply loads and loads and loads. So if you bought one bottle, I mean, that would last quite a while. I would say months. Especially because you're diluting it and spreading it that a little bit further as well. So the doTERRA also do they have 2 skincare ranges as well. So they have the Essential Skincare range and they have Virage Skincare range. Within the Essential Skincare range, they have an anti-aging eye cream which comes in a little tube, and it's got a nice little roller ball on the top, which I've heard if you keep it in the fridge and put that on in the morning, it's really nice and soothing for under your eyes, and this really helps to tone and tighten the skin. The Virage product, so there's a cleanser, a moisturiser, a toner, and an Immortelle hydrating serum, which is Salubel that I was just talking about. That's what was previously known as, but in Europe it's been renamed as Salubel. So this hydrating serum contains the Sally Bell blend. So to buy the Virage, you can buy the products individually or you can buy them as a kit as well. And the kit containing the cleanser, moisturiser, toner and serum is £108 wholesale, but the hydrating serum alone is £57. So when you're buying the kits, again, it's that initial outlay, but you're actually saving quite a bit of money. And just another couple of oils that I have to mention. Frankincense is one of my favourite oils. The king of oils, as it's known. And I just think everybody needs a little bit of frankincense at home. Lavender is known as the mum of essential oils, and I think frankincense is kind of like the dad of the essential oil world. There's so many things that frankincense can do for us, from supporting us on a cellular level, which is obviously foundational to our health. It can help relieve headaches. It has really amazing antidepressant properties. So it really can help lift your mood if you're feeling a bit low. It's an amazing anti-inflammatory oil, which brings us on to aging. So it's a wonderful oil to use in our skin. It can really help to reduce the appearance of blemishes, or like little age spots that we get, fine lines, and it's been known to help reduce the appearance of stretch marks and scars as well. So it really is a great kind of all-rounder. And lavender. Lavender is such a beautiful oil. So as mentioned, it's the mum of the essential oil world. There's not really much that lavender can't do. And I think lavender and frankincense should be they're kind of staples. If there's two oils that you need to have in your collection, then you can't go wrong with these two. So it's obviously great for calming and sleep issues. You can use it for burns, bites, stings, due to the amazing anti-inflammatory properties that lavender has. But it works. These benefits work for our skin too. Yeah, just even try. So I have this little serum that I made up. Just in its little 15ml bottle. So in there is jojoba oil, and I've got lavender, frankincense, Roman chamomile, yarrow pom and copaiba. And this is a little blend that I made up myself, and I just use that. I use it. I started off using it twice a day, but I probably use it once a day. Just in the evenings after I've cleansed my skin, instead of my usual moisturiser, I just put on. Sometimes I add a wee bit extra yarrow pom as well, just for the blueness. And that's pretty much everything from me. I've just a wee reminder, so we have some BOGOs starting tomorrow. doTERRA have been very kind to us recently with the BOGOs. So we've BOGOs are doTERRA's buy one get one free oils. So if you're thinking about buying oils but you're not sure what to get, this is a great way to start a collection or just add to your collection. So over tomorrow and Friday, if you buy Serenity, you get Siberian Fir free, and buy Green Mandarin and get Grapefruit free. So Serenity is known as the Restful blend, and this is a blend made up of lavender, whole wood, cedarwood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vanilla bean extract, vetiver and Hawaiian sandalwood. And this is a really lovely blend for promoting calm, helping with sleep, just easing any kinds of tension or feelings of anxiety. So if you buy this, you get Siberian Fir free. Siberian Fir is a great analgesic. It has anti-arthritic properties. It's an expectorant, good for any kind of respiratory ailments. Tree oil, so well, it comes from, I think it comes from the needles. It's steam distilled from the needles, I think. But again, I think just kind of nice and grounding as well. Green mandarin is a citrus fruit, obviously, so citrus oils are really good for lifting our mood, supporting digestion and our immune system, and it's really nice and toning to the skin as well. So if you buy green mandarin, you receive grapefruit free, and grapefruit, another citrus oil. It's really good for our moods, lifting our moods when we're feeling a wee bit low. Grapefruit is really good to help support us with any kind of food cravings, or if you're trying to lose a wee bit of weight, work through the cravings of, I need a little biscuit or a wee bit of chocolate. It can help with support our metabolism as well. So just a wee drop in a glass of water can really help. And again, I can't remember if I mentioned it can help with our moods as well. And that's everything from me. Claire, have you got anything to?
Yeah, I could add some more gut stuff in actually,
Sure.
if we've got some time. So I'm just having a look back through my notes, and there were a few other things that I'd noted down in terms of what other things are really good for promoting good gut health, which then promotes good skin health. So I touched upon there the link between the gut and the skin in terms of the movement of the bacteria. It's not just bacteria that's in the gut. We also have yeasts, which often cause us problems because we eat such a processed and sugar heavy diet. So you can get yeasts. Quite often you get yeasts. I've talked about like coatings on the backs of tongues, but you can also have yeast infections in the skin, in moist places, under arms, under breasts, folds of tummy, belly buttons, backs of knees, crooks of elbows. So these places can also harbour an overgrowth of yeast that's actually originated from the gut, but it's moved through the body. So the idea then, if you're battling an overgrowth, is that you want to be adding in the bacteria that you do want. So you want to be adding your probiotics in, and you want to feed them. So you want to be having a prebiotic as well. So good bacteria are slow growing, they eat fiber. So you want to be eating all of the amazing fibrous veg, ideally, because if you're eating really sugary things, you're feeding the yeasts, you're feeding the bad bacteria. They love the yeast. So quite often people will say, oh, I've had a bit of a breakout because I've been eating lots of sugar, and that's exactly what is happening. You're having that bloom in the bad bacteria because they grow quickly when you eat sugar, and sometimes that you can see that coming out in the skin, because if your liver is already really choked and it's dealing with all of the environmental pollutants and things that you've absorbed through your skin, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, all of these things that we eat and we drink as well. Our water contains a whole load of nasties sometimes too. Your liver ends up struggling. And our next organ that steps up when the liver is struggling is the skin. So it's our second detox organ, which is why we then start seeing all of this stuff coming out on our skin. We end up with breakouts and rashes and itchy bits, flaking. So those issues on the skin can actually be an indication that there's something wrong with the liver. There's impaired function, or it's just backed up, it can't cope, and therefore that can also reflect what's going on in the gut, because if the gut has an overgrowth, there's lots of extra toxic waste products coming from those overgrowths that the liver's also trying to deal with. So you can start tracing things back to that overgrowth. I mean, if you've got acne, you've got an active bacterial infection, you've got rosacea, or you've got a yeast infection, you've got that white growth on the skin, you can easily see there's an overgrowth there, and it's very likely that you're also going to have that in the gut. So probiotics, adding the good bacteria in, and prebiotics, all your fibrous vegetables, your celery, your onions, your garlic, your cabbage, lots of broccoli and cauliflower, those cruciferous vegetables, amazing for keeping those good gut bugs happy. And then you can add in foods that contain collagen, and the best thing for this is what's called bone broth nowadays. This is kind of the new age name for it, but it's basically old soup stock. You boil up your organic bones, whether they're beef or pork or lamb, you boil them up. It takes out all of the amino acids, the vitamins, the minerals, all of the collagen factors from the bones themselves, the ligaments, the cartilage, the marrow in the bone too. And then it's in a liquid form. You can use it as a stock for soup. You can add it to smoothies, add it, if you can freeze it in ice cubes and just throw it in almost like a stock cube to sauces, and you're adding in all of those amazing amino acids that are the building blocks for your collagen. So it's really, really fantastic. And then you've kind of touched on the last thing I want to talk about, Kirsty, which is anti-inflammatories. So the more inflammation we have in the body, the more oxidative stress our body is experiencing, the more free radicals, those free electrons that are running around the body trying to pinch an electron from one of our cells, and then they're then causing cellular damage, that's going to age us faster. So we want to calm that inflammation down. We want to reduce that oxidative stress. So we want to actually eat anti-inflammatories, as well as having all those amazing anti-inflammatory properties as part of our essential oils that we're using topically. So ginger is probably the biggest one, and it's very much known for its gut settling effects as well. Turmeric's been known for millennia as an anti-inflammatory, and you can combine it with black pepper to increase its efficacy. Amazing if you love curries as well. Turmeric's a fantastic addition. And then your omega-3 oils, so making sure you're getting the right sort of fats that are anti-inflammatory fats. They're from a source that you know they have not been heat or chemically extracted, so their molecular structure hasn't been damaged while they've been getting extracted. They're cold pressed extraction, and they're stored in a way that the light and the air isn't getting to them to oxidize them further. So it's really, really key to know where things are coming from, and how things are stored as well, to make sure that what you're getting is actually what it says on the tin. So collagen containing foods in terms of your bone broth, anti-inflammatories, and your probiotics and prebiotics. So keeping that gut healthy to keep that glow coming from the inside out, making your skin look the best it can. I just want to add those ones into the list.
Cool, thank you.
Very welcome.
Anybody have any questions or anything that they'd like to add in?
Can I maybe ask a wee question? I'm going to post it on your page, Kirsty, because I know I spoke to you this morning about it, but I've got the PB Assist tablets from doTERRA, which I'm about to start, but the probiotics that I was taking before, you'll maybe know the answer to this, Claire. The girl told me to take them at night rather than during the day, and I just wondered, when is the best time to take them?
It would probably depend why she's advised you to do that. So you can get different species, different strains of bacteria. You can also get certain yeasts like Saccharomyces boulardii, and depending on when you take them, whether it's with food, without food, you can have slightly different effects. There's also the element that you might not want to have them in your stomach overnight, because you're not actually then doing the whole rest and digest properly. You're sitting with a full stomach, so the body's not processing at that point. So for me, I would always say take your probiotics with food. Oh, Hannah, your dog's hurt.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope he gets his splinter out. That sounds
Sorry, I didn't
painful.
want to interrupt. I'm going to go and have a look at him. He's just come back with Derek.
Oh, sort him out. Bless him.
So
Thank you for joining.
Thanks for joining.
Really interesting. Thanks so much.
Excellent. See you next time.
Bye.
So yeah, Maura, it really depends why you're taking the probiotic, if you're using it to target anything in particular, because you can get a combination of strains that is just a general probiotic that's good for general health. You're just adding them in. And then there's other ones that you can specifically use to target various things. And then when you take them would help you target that. So it really depends what you're trying to do with your probiotic.
No worries. It does say, I mean, it does say to take it with meals, but it was just as I say, before when I'd taken it, it was because I had all the sort of gut issues after I had my gallbladder out. So if I've been ill at any time, I've kind of taken like the probiotics after I've been ill, or if I've been on like a course of antibiotics.
Yeah.
Try and kind of repair any damage that's been done.
Definitely. I always recommend that if you're on even just a standard 5 to 7 day course of antibiotics, you want to be on your probiotics and your prebiotics, so you're feeding those good bacteria for at least 3 months afterwards.
Right.
Yeah, which sounds a long time, but that's the amount of damage that antibiotics can cause, and the disruption to the gut microbiome. So you want to be able to get that back into balance, and it takes time. So yeah, 3 months minimum.
Does that apply to children as well then?
Yep, definitely. Yep.
Because
I've
we've
seen,
had,
sorry, Kirsty, I've seen in some places antibiotics referred to as the A-bomb. That's how much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ollie's had a wee sty on his eye recently, and he's had it a couple of times before, and I normally use oils on it and it normally clears up, but this time it didn't. And one day he woke up and his eye, like he could hardly open it, so I thought I'm going to have to just give in, and so we went to the chemist. So he had an ointment to put in his eye, which I absolutely hated using, but I just didn't know what else to do. So should probably think about getting him some.
Yeah. And actually I would probably say that my question would, as a nutritional therapist, would be, what is the reason behind the sty arriving in the first place? And often things like styes, because it's a disruption to the bacteria in the eye, sometimes various things get clogged. It can actually be an indication that there is a bit of stress to the body, and the immune system's just been dampened and suppressed slightly, and therefore actually we can trace it back to the gut. So actually boosting the gut function even after the antibiotics would be ideal, and potentially prevent another one happening quite so quickly again.
Cool, thank you.
What did they actually give him? Did they give him something called golden eye?
No, it was
No, something different.
Would it be chloramphenicol? I think.
Yeah, it could be. I think I've had that when I've had eye problems, but mine was due to like blocked tear ducts, you know, where the oil from the duct, the follicle gets blocked and doesn't clear, and I had to like wash mine just with a cotton bud and clean them out, just rub along the eye, the lash line. So yeah, I think I was prescribed what you've just mentioned when I had that problem.
But it wouldn't hurt, and you can use different strains, different combination of strains in kids as well. So you can definitely target things for younger people too, especially when they've had antibiotics.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thanks.
All good.
Amazing.
Okay. So there's nothing else. Class is dismissed.
Very interesting.
Good evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kirsty.
Bye. Thank you. That was good. Thank you both.
Thank you all for joining.
Thank you all.